Jordan Peterson, you've said that men need to, quote, grow the hell up. Tell me why.
Well, because there's nothing uglier than an old infant. There's nothing good about it. People who don't grow up don't.
So this is Jordan Peterson, and he was talking to Kathy Newman, and it became a viral video that everyone recommended to watch. Here he is talking to a girl from GQ. I think her name is Helen Lewis. There it is. And here's what he said to her.
They just fired Rick Maida in Canada at Acadia University for talking about many of the same things that I've talked about. So the fact that I've come through this relatively unscathed has very little to do with the vitriol of the attacks. There was plenty of motivation to take me out. It just didn't work.
Right.
So I came to know about this man very late. I was away and I didn't hear anything about it. I've tried to now catch up on the videos. I find in the comments everyone calls him a national treasure, an intellectual, and a great guy. I don't quite see what they're referring to. I did see him talk for 3 to 4 hours on Joe Rogan, and I found it, in my opinion, quite bizarre. He started crying at one point for no reason, and they never talked about it. They just carried on, and then he did it again a couple more times. And it was like two alpha males going after each other. They weren't really listening to each other. They were just trying to say something more provocative than the other. At least that's the way I took it. I do find when he's talking to the women, at least Kathy Newman, they are like trying to entrap him or go after him, and it's like they can't quite catch him because he's ahead of them. And I find that fascinating, but only for so long, then it becomes boring. He seems clever, but when you read about some of the things he said, at least the ones I have read about the lobster, that doesn't, can you say, it doesn't add up to me. It doesn't quite make sense. And then this girl went after him about Pepe. I guess there was a flag, the whole controversy there. And he gets quite upset about it, but he doesn't really put it to bed, at least for me. So I'm sure he will tell me to read more and listen to more. I don't intend to do so. What I just want to say is people who call him an intellectual, I just would like them to point out where you would get this evidence, because I don't see it. If you want to find someone who's clever, watch some videos of Christopher Hitchens. That man is clever, and he's a great debater. I find Jordan Peterson just to be angry. And if you want evidence of that, go to some clips that TYT, who I don't like, but when they talk about him and point at some things out about him, about his drug use. Now, he tried to explain it on Joe Rogan, and I'm not going to get into that because that's a personal thing that I don't want to be getting into, but there just, to me, are some things that he needs to explain better, at least for me. So I just want to say he's an interesting guy. I haven't read any of his books, or if I did, I don't recall it. And he's got quite a following, but I just don't really understand why.